So if I do start telling a story, you can just play it back from the beginning. But I gotta mute this music in the background because Sims ain't about to copyright my ass. Don't ask me why I'm playing Sims while I'm doing the story time. Just don't worry about it. It's the only game I can really play. That don't have a lot of bullshit. A lot of story. That's what I'm looking for. I like this shit. All right, boom. So everybody, okay, you just gonna leave? All right, cool. That's what you do. Story time with Danny. This is the story of my first grade. Well, second time in first grade. Don't judge. Yes, I failed the first grade for everybody who don't know. But this is the story how I embarrassed myself in front of my first grade crush. Yeah, it was around what, like 2001, I think. I used to go to St. Luther School. If you don't know what that's in Blue Island. So yeah, Chicago, Illinois. I was going there, and I'm not gonna say her name, so we're just gonna call her goddamn Brittany. Boom. Her name was Brittany, and we just got to school. It was like the third or second day there of school, and we just had breakfast. And so we get to class. We sitting there about for like 30, maybe 20 minutes, sitting there chilling. I get the, you know, all right, is that better, Jordan? Can you hear me? Is that better? So yes or no? Is it better? All right, so boom, sitting in class. So I'm sitting in there, we chilling, we talking. I think we was yeah. So basically, in class, we talking about the Bible. I went to a Catholic school, so you doing that. I'm sitting there, and I had a little fart. Now I remind you, I sitting in front of my crush. She sits behind me. I sit in front of her. So I thought I had, like, you feel me? I had to, had to let it fart out. But it was silent, so you know. But I got up and walked away for, somebody won't smell it. So when I thought it was a silent fart, it really wasn't a silent fart. It was more of a shit. I shitted on myself. I ain't gonna bullshit. I shitted on myself. Yes, I did. First grade, shitted on myself. I was around 6 or 7, I believe, and I shitted on myself. I shitted on myself in front of my crush. Now, she didn't know because I was like, I played it off. I was like, oh yeah, it was. I didn't know I shitted on myself either. So I was like, I thought it was just one of those little farts, one of those silent but deadly farts. So I farted, and it was like, I sat down, not knowing that I shitted on myself. I didn't find out until like I went to the bathroom. We had bathroom break, and I had went to the stall, and I felt my I felt my pants a little wet. I was like, what the? I put on my pants, and I'm like, oh shit. And at the time, I had tidy whities on, so I had all white tidy whities with the goddamn shit stains in them. And she was just nobody realized it until like I literally left out the bathroom. I was like, oh hold on, I gotta, you feel me? I gotta make a move real quick. I went to the office and I told the office lady what happened, and she was just the office lady almost laughed at me, but she was on the clock. So when she asked me, "What's wrong, sweetie?" I was like, "Oh, I think I went to the bathroom myself." And she was like, "What you mean you went to the bathroom yourself?" I was like, I think I pooped on myself." She was like, "You pooped on yourself?" I was like, "Yeah, I think I pooped on myself." And she was just like, "Oh, okay." So, not gonna lie, I had to wear them school drawers. She gave me a pair of old school in my book bag. Now, remind you, I still had stains in my blue jeans that I was wearing because we didn't have to wear uniform. So she was like, "Oh, I got you a pair of jogging pants too." So I had to wear these big ass fucking navy blue jogging pants. It was fucking embarrassing. So when I got back to the class, everybody was asking like, "What happened? What happened, William?" I was like, I can't tell y'all what happened, but I'm good now." And so then my crush decided to sit there. She knew what happened because I guess she was actually in the office, but she was in the nurse's office. You know, she had an accident too, but it was on the playground. She scraped her knee up and it was bleeding, and she was like next door, and I guess she heard what happened. And she was like, she pulled me to the side. She was like, "So I heard what happened." I was like, "Please don't say nothing." She was like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna tell nothing. I'm not gonna tell nobody nothing that happened." I was like, "You sure?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna tell nobody." I promise you this: when lunchtime came around, this girl had told everybody in the school that I had shitted on myself. And so when she told everybody that, it was kind of embarrassing. And she was just like, "Oh, William shit himself." And all the way up to like damn near I want to say until I left that school, they called me shit boy for the past year. Shit boy was my nickname because I shitted on myself. It was so fucking embarrassing when I did that shit. But at the same time, it was kind of fucked up because the night before I had fucking White Castle. Now anybody that know White Castle give your ass the BGs, and I ain't know that at the time. So I went to school with a fucked up stomach, and on top of that, I drank 3 fucking milks. So now I ate White Castles, I got that on my stomach, and I got goddamn 3 milks. So that shit was kind of fucked up. She sat there and told everybody in the school. Shout out to my homie Chris. Even though me and him don't talk no more, he was a tall white dude. And he had my back that entire school year for that shit. And I ain't never sat there. When I had to go back to that same school when I was in third grade. I think it was no, it wasn't third grade. I think it was like fifth grade. It was fifth grade. I went back to that same school. And everybody still remember me from calling me Doodle Boy. That's exactly how everybody remember me. I was known as Doodle Boy for the rest of the school year because I shit on myself in front of my crush. That shit was so fucking embarrassing. I ain't never been so embarrassed in my fucking life. And then when I got home, I put the doodle drawers at the bottom of the fucking basket for my pops won't see it, and because I was supposed to be going to my cousin's house. So as soon as I got home, I threw them underneath it. And he had to do laundry that same. I think it was a Friday. I'll never forget it was a Friday. So he was doing laundry. He pulled them out and he was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "Oh, I had an accident at school." He was like, "What the fuck you mean you had an accident? No, grown, you 7 years old, you shitting on yourself. Ain't that some? You ain't going nowhere till you learn how to sit there and use the bathroom." I was like, "But I didn't mean to. It was an accident. Woo woo. I couldn't go to the bathroom. Yada yada." And he was like, "Nah, nah, nah. Ain't no accident. You knew what you was doing." And it was a whole fucked up situation. Gee, I shitted on myself. And that's like the most embarrassing shit ever because I did it in front of my crush and I didn't even know I shitted on myself until damn near until I went to the bathroom. And it's fucked up. That's the most fucked up shit that ever happened to me. And it was just like wow. And it couldn't get any worse besides that day. That was like the worst day in history. The day I shitted on myself and it was just downhill from there ever since I left that school. But shit, everything else, they played it out pretty well later on in the school year because somebody else had shit on themselves, and there was 2 shitty kids in the school. I was one, and it was another dude. But he was already shitty because he always came to school musty. But that's for another time. But yeah, that was the time I shitted on myself. It's kind of fucking weird. But I just felt like that was just a funny ass story I had to share because it was kind of fucked up. Because I was in the first grade, and normally that shit only happens to you when you in the kid when you in kindergarten or preschool. And I was in first grade when that shit happened. So yeah, it was kind of it was a fucked up situation, but funny at the same time. Because now I can sit back and laugh at it because I'm a grown ass man and I shitted on myself in first grade. Yeah, that's the story. That was like 11 minutes of a story. But if you do want to go back and rewind the first part of it, yes, I said I felt this fucking first grade. I had to repeat. Don't fucking judge me. I had to repeat the first grade. And no, I wasn't held back. I was just lazy and I didn't want to do the fucking schoolwork. And plus, I was in a Catholic school. The fuck I want to sit there and learn about the Bible for? I'm in the first grade. The most thing I want to do is sit there and play with my fucking pencils and shit. But everything happens for a reason. Long as I ain't gotta sit there and go back to that school ever again to sit there and do shit in that bitch. It's just the fact that they called me shit boy for the fucking rest of the goddamn first grade again. And I ain't go back to that school till fifth grade. Have I talked to anybody from that school since fifth grade? Hell no. I ain't talked to nobody from that bitch. Ain't nobody. I don't know shit about anybody from that school. Everybody I used to talk to lost contact with them years ago. Back in like '05, '06, I think it was. But yeah, that's the time I shitted on myself in first grade. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, but it's a funny ass. It's funny as fuck.